G'day guys, I'm back. Miserable weather out there today. Well, I actually don't think it's miserable. I kind of like the rain, but most people think it's miserable. But it's raining, so hopefully you can hear me. It's not too loud on the roof. And I'm just getting some parts together because we're going to Tasmania next week. So I'm going to put some roof racks on the Stagea, as well as a roof tray, platform tray. So I'll show you what parts I got and also how I fit them. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I'm sure you guys can work it out, but might just make it a little bit easier for those of you who've never done it before. I've never done it before, but you can let me know if it's wrong in the comments. Cool. I've got these raised rail mounts, and these are the type that clamp onto the rails that are already there as normal on the C34 Stagea, the Series 2, which is what mine is obviously. That's the part number there. I'll also put the part number of these in the description as well. And this is the Wingbar, which you can read there. Obviously they're both the Thule, I think that's how you say it, Thule brand. Now these are 1270 millimeters long. They're not actually what's recommended on the Thule website. They actually recommend 1500 mils, 150 centimeters, which to me is too big. Like, it's well outside what I would say reasonable for the width of the car. I'll show you obviously in a minute. I've also got this fairing here. Hey bear, come and help. Got your little jacket. It's like a little hunting dog. You a hunter? You a hunter? Not really. She can't even hunt flies. Go on, giddy up. Go, go. This I stole off Jaden. Well, I didn't steal it off him, he gave it to me. You can actually see the outline here of the VW that he had there before, and another sticker there. So I'll probably cut a sticker. Hello. So I'll probably cut a sticker to cover that up, because it's horribly scratched really, and like it looks like I just hacked it up with a piece of steel wool or something, but I didn't. I just removed it and tried to clean it with a microfiber. I don't know. I'm sure someone can comment and tell me why that's wrong and I shouldn't have done that, but that's what I did. Anyway, let's have a look at the roof rack that I already put on the car, and then I'll show you how I put it together when I put the second one on. Yeah, I think they look pretty good. I'm not sure if the position is good yet, because I'll have to put the other one on first, obviously, to work all that out. Yeah, no complaints. They go together really well. I guess that's kind of what you pay for. It's not like they were cheap. Plus the tray, which was actually on sale. I didn't really show you the tray properly. So the tray's here, which is a Rough Country small platform tray, part number RCPTS, which I'll put in the description as well. And it was on sale, and it kind of fit basically exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to be open at both ends so that I could fit something, extra long across it. It's got the raised sides so that you can secure stuff there as well. And yeah, should be good. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate your help. Appreciate your help. Excuse me now. So the easiest way I found to put them together is more or less what the instructions say. Stop! More or less what the instructions say. Pop this piece off here. This is how you adjust the clamp here. Obviously it comes with a tool, which is essentially just an Allen key in there, so you can tighten that up and then pull that in. But before you do that, what I would do first is actually get your rail. This is in the instructions, which is pretty clear. So you separate these two pieces here, these split down the middle. Hopefully those printers aren't too annoying in the background. Alright, as I was saying, you separate this all the way down, is flip these around so that they're now facing together like that, and then you feed them into the channel here. So once you've separated the pieces, you can see there this bulbous part here goes into the center, and then the same for the other piece that you separated. You can see there how they fit into the groove there like that. So all I did is I lined this up at the very edge like that, and then went all the way along. I just kind of bend it up a bit and then press it in. It goes together pretty easily. Just peel it up a little bit and push down, and then go all the way to the end. There's just a little bit of overhang here, and I'm just going to use a razor blade to trim that up now. So I just make sure that it's square against the edge here, so that when I run it along here, I'm not going to dig it into the aluminium, and also I'm not going to take off on the angle like that and then cut a funky shape. So nice and easy. Perfect. Now that that's done, there's also these pieces, which there are 4 of in the box, because there's 2 for each bar. Here's the other one here, and these go underneath. I'll show you in a moment. There's a channel underneath, and these go in here, and then you can tuck them in like that, and basically all they do is they then get pushed hard up against the mount, which will be underneath like this. So this piece on the underside pushes hard up against the mount there, basically just closes off that channel underneath. So I'll flip this over and show you. That's what I'm talking about there. So I'm just going to put this in at one end now, which is a bit hard to do one-handed. There we go. Get that in. And I'm just going to slide that pretty much all the way to the end there, because when it's on the car and it's up the other way, it's easy just to push back across there. So perfect. I'll flip this over now so I don't scratch it, because that is something that I would do. And yeah, we're pretty much ready to put it on the car now. What I will do first though is I will go and I'll put one of these on and loosely clamp it onto one side, and then once I've got one loosely on one side, I'm going to take the other piece and I'm going to slide it in to one side of this, and then take it over and slide that into the one that's already on the car, and then push it down over the rail, tighten it up. So that probably sounded confusing, but it'll be pretty straightforward when I show you. So as I said, I just slid that one in there loosely, and now I'm going to slide this one in over the top here. This would be a lot easier if you had 2 people, but I don't right now. But there we go. There it is on there now, so I will slide that across a little bit more and then give you a look. The next thing to do is just tighten these up enough so that they clamp on, but also so that there's still a little bit of movement in there so that you can push the rail, you know, either side. If you tighten it up too much, then you won't be able to move it, and now we need to set the distance so that they're even. And because these roof rails are actually they seem to taper in a bit at the back, it's probably going to vary, so you're just going to have to measure this yourself until the numbers are even. But for reference on this video, as I said, there's 70 mils in between this inner edge and this edge here. So the edge of the aluminium and the top of this here is 82 mils. There's 95 mils from that edge to the edge of the aluminium. I'm going to tighten these up now, and then once I've done that, I will double check the distances, because I'm anal and they may move a little bit. So as I said, they did end up moving, and it needed to be 98 in between there and there. I'm pretty happy with that. Looks pretty good. So now I will slide those little tabs back underneath that I was talking about. Just see the little edge of it there, and there we go, just slid it back in. So that's the gap within the channel. So now that they're done, we can go ahead and put the locks and the covers on here, and then put the end caps on. So this next part's pretty clear in the instructions, but I'll show you here anyway. Just line that up in there, and then it's going to make a liar out of me now. And then now that it's in, we can put it in and lock it and pull the key out. So I'll show you now. Hopefully it's not too hard to do with one hand. There we go. Lock it, pull the key out. Then, now that that's on, I just need to put the end cap on. The only other thing is that there's another piece of rubber channel that goes in here and basically stops up that gap in between the top here and the edge, and then you would put the cap on here. The only thing is that that needs to be cut to length, and if I need to move these roof racks after putting the tray on, because the width is different between them, if I move them too far that way and they need to be wider, I will have cut the channel too short, and then that will drive me mental, because I will only be able to think about how it's not perfect. So I'm not going to put that on yet, is the short version of that story, but I am now going to go on the other side, put this cap on, put that end cap on, and then we can put the tray on, I hope. they look pretty good. What do you think? Pretty good? This is that extra rubber piece that I was talking about that goes up inside there that you would need to cut to length. So it's obviously quite long, but I will put that in once I'm 100% sure that these are in the right spot. I feel like I'm immediately going to regret doing this, but we'll see. Whoa. All right, not too bad. Let's try and get it central. Pretty good. So it comes with instructions, which I'm sure you're capable of reading. But as I said, they basically want you to sandwich in between. But I'm still a little bit concerned that the tray is going to scratch the bars, even though it is sitting on top of that rubber, like I said, in the middle of the channel. But anyway, I'll test fit it first. Okay, so now that I've secured one side down, I've realized I'm probably being a little bit too anal. It does seem to be sitting quite well on the profile of the Evo bar with the rubber at the top. I don't think it's going to rub on the aluminium. And with those two bits of foam there, it looks like it'll be sufficient. It's still a little bit agricultural, I reckon, the way it's mounted, but I suppose it's a little bit tricky. And again, as I said, for the money, you know, you can't expect too much. It was only about $160 on sale. I think I mentioned already for the tray. Normally I think they're about $240, something like that. So look, no complaints really. Anyway, I'll show you now. That's them there. Just tighten down, not too much as yet, because I just want to make sure it's all good, but you can see there, aluminium, foam. Obviously if you're doing this yourself, you would have realized as well that the foam has got a little bit of adhesive on the back there. I haven't peeled that off and stuck it down just yet, because as I said, I wasn't sure exactly what configuration I'd go with, but I think I will now. So on the other ones I will, and then I'll take this one off and do that. But aluminium, foam, bar, tray resting on top of the rubber there, and if I show you on the side profile, you can see it rests on there pretty well. The camera makes it look a little bit closer than it is. It's a pretty good standoff there really, so I think I'll live with that. And then foam in between the bar and then the aluminium, and then tighten these down. Again, you'll obviously realize as well when you're putting it together yourself, it's washer, spring washer, and then the knob on top. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. It might even be a little bit too small. They did have a larger tray, but I didn't want to go overkill. See how I go. So it doesn't really look it at the moment, but it is about to get pretty dark. So by the time I get those mounts on, it'll probably be too dark to show you guys the finished product, but I do need to head out tomorrow morning anyway to go to Angelo's to do a big service on the Stagea. So I'll run you through the parts that I've got for that as well, and you'll see the finished product in this video anyway, so you guys won't really care. Before I do that, I'll also show you the fairing for the front and my idea for mounting that, because Jaden had that mounted to a different style of the Thule bars, and I will need different mounts for this, so I'll show you now. And I'll design some mounts to go around these round ends. Looking at it from the front, this, because of the width, I suppose if I had purchased this myself, I would have got one that would fit in between the two rails, but as I got this one for free and I'd like to use it, what I will probably do is pull everything forward so that this deflector sits maybe about here and then lays back like that, and then won't rub on here because these are going to get scratched, I think. So yeah, that's my loose plan at this point in time. Anyway, parts. Is that comfortable? Why are you laying on the plastic? Look at him, acts like I beat him or something. Stop doing that. Get someone called child services. Bloody hell. You can see all the NVIDIA plastic from this exhaust for Jess's 350Z. which I will fit in an upcoming video, but not today. So you guys might remember in a previous video with the Stagea, I showed that the front drive shaft boots were cooked. You can see, oh, maybe not, maybe hopefully you can't see this bush. And also, this bush is, and it turns out that they are actually quite expensive to buy because they are GDR shafts, so naturally everything needs to be 300% more expensive than everything else. And they're about $80 a boot, so you need an inner and an outer, 160 bucks. Or you can buy new shafts for like $200. So that's what I did. The brand is GSP. I'll show you now. Boom, there we go. I'm not going to open them up now because I'm going to show you in tomorrow's video anyway. Also got a new gearbox mount. Boom. There we go, part numbers there. So there's the shafts, there's the gearbox mount. I need to do the O2 sensor as well, and rear tow arms, which are here. I picked these up from GK Tech, as you can see there. These are their version 4 arms. I'll go over the rest of the stuff in tomorrow's video. I won't drag this one out anymore. But yeah, I imagine I'll probably cut now to tomorrow morning so we can see the finished roof racks. Alright, there we go. Ready to go up on the hoist. There's the racks. I reckon they look pretty good. As I said, not really happy with the design of these mounts, but I'll whip something up, make them a bit nicer. But other than that, no complaints as far as the Thule stuff goes. As I said, went together really well. Basically zero noise, got it up to 110 on the freeway, or 110 kilometers on the freeway, and yeah, no noise. So, happy. That's it, roof racks are done. We're here today to do the drive shafts, gearbox mount, and O2 sensor. Possibly the rear tow arms if we have time, otherwise we'll do that on Monday. But yeah, it's the end of this video, but check out the next one for the next updates on the wagon.